Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, I told myself that this month I wasn't going to order anything. I failed miserably. That's the good stuff, gotta have it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. It does mean a lot to me that you guys tune in to watch the videos I present. So let's go through and see what goodies I got here. It's kind of bad. Half the time I forget what I even had coming. Okay, so this is slipper clutches for the Lozi Pro Moto, just in case if we ever have problems with that. What do we got in here? I don't know. Shoe goo. Yes. So, maybe you noticed here, I do have cement board tape right here, or what some people call drywall tape, but this is actually like cement board. The body on the X-Maxx is starting to crack and start to come apart. Now, I might be a day late and $1 short, but I figure it might be worth it to go ahead and attempt to do this between the what they call the drywall tape and the shoe goo. So we're going to be doing that on this video. We're going to try to mend that, and also I'm going to put some on the front of the sledge. And if you guys watched that video with the X-Maxx, this body saver piece broke, so I got it epoxied with the JB Weld plastic stuff. Yeah, here we go. So we shall test that out and see how good that is. So we'll get the X-Maxx out here. This you probably already saw if you saw my felony video. I actually didn't have any 10 gauge wire to make the jumper, so I bought this. It's like 10 feet, but basically I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the RV. You never know, I might have to run wire, and the RV's right here, so if I ever do need it, it's right there. I think I need to sharpen this knife up. Okay. So this is a device for the Lozi Pro Moto, and I don't want to get too much into it. If you know, you know, but if not, I'm going to do a whole video on installing and testing that device right there. I also get nervous ripping these things open that I'm cutting into something in here. Oh, see, like that. Look at that. Almost. Okay, so this is a little tiny circuit board, and I think I'm probably going to do a whole video on that. But basically, my DJI drones have smart batteries. They discharge themselves kind of like the Arma. So they discharge themselves, and it can get to a point to where that smart technology won't let it charge anymore. So this is absolutely overkill. These are all little jumpers. These are little jumper cables. They're just a single pin on either end that they plug into this board, and then the other end will plug into the battery. Now this board here plugs into a USB into your computer, and then there's a software program called it's actually funny enough called Battery Killer, DJI Battery Killer. And basically between these two, you're supposed to be able to overwrite or reset the chip that's in the battery that's denying me to charge it. So none of my batteries are swollen or anything like that, so they should be safe to go. I wouldn't do that. I actually had one battery on the drone, my Mavic Pro, the original. I took the drone up about 10 feet and it started acting funny. So I brought it down, and when I did, it lost power. The main battery pack started ballooning so bad it pushed up and it lost contact. I mean, I got so lucky with that. that had it been up like 100 feet and it did that, I would have lost the drone. It would have been smashed. Okay, so we got some marine grade heat shrink here. Figure I'll try it. Like most stuff, I can use this in the RV because there's a lot of connectors underneath, like around the stair area, that I'd be interested to try this in. But a couple of these bigger pieces I got for some battery terminals. I'll show you that here in a little bit. I broke one of the terminals on the Vendetta. On that one accident, the battery shot out and it kind of damaged the battery connector. So we're going to try to heat shrink it. Okay, here we go. This is the brush that I got to do the shoe goo. And if you're interested in any of the stuff, I'll put it down in my Amazon store. Now, I do know what this is. I've been dying to open this because it is from my merch store on Teespring. I added a couple new pieces. Seeing how I'm L to the W again. This is, I hired a guy on Fiverr to create my design. So when you see the logo in the beginning spinning, and that was him. I added the sound so that, and that car starting is my car. I added that. But he came up with this logo. And he also came up with this one, which I didn't accept, but I still have kind of like the proof. So I guess I can't remember. I think he gives you like 3 designs anyhow, so. Oh, little interruption here. Yes, it was 3 designs. We're staring right at design number 3, right there. Which is, that's what it should look like when you don't spin the tires of your RC car on it. So I probably need to replace that. But yeah, 3 designs. If you have a YouTube channel and you're interested in trying to find somebody to do a logo and design for your stuff, or it doesn't even have to be YouTube. If you're interested, let me know in the comments down below and I'll send you a link to the guy that I used. Alright, back to the movie. He gave me this one. Actually, this one kind of makes more sense because it's L2. A lot of people kind of miss the number 2 here in the play button. I don't know. But, so this is a never before seen L to the W logo. It's been around as long as this. I got them all at the same time. So the guy, it's a package deal. You get like the logos. He does like 2 or 3 of these. He creates a banner for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and he does an animation. So that's how we do that, because I'm not that skilled to make a an animation like that. But yeah, so if you're interested, want to help the channel, there you go. Get you some beautiful merchandise on the Teespring store. I like it. I kind of like that logo. I think, well, maybe I should put out a couple of shirts like this. Let me know. Shirts, t-shirts using this logo. Which logo do you guys like better? That one? L to W, got the play button here, there, or this one? This was actually the one that I came up with. Or I came up with L to the W, and he's the one that came up with the play button. He was kind of afraid of doing the actual YouTube play button for copyright, which I don't understand, but whatever. Check it out. So, yeah, I'll be having my next cup out of there. So let's check this out. Let's see. This connector here. Look at that, thing's absolutely smashed. Dang. And the only way to fix that would be to unsolder everything, and I'm not really a fan of doing that. Not really. And this is not what I ordered. The one I ordered specifically had like a 1-inch and like 1 1/4 inch. It had bigger pieces. This thing stops at 3/4. That's not going to even begin to fit that. That's not even. Well, that's awesome. That is awesome indeed. Great. That is not what I ordered. Look at this thing. Friggin' broke already. That's nice. And I should have figured, I know I didn't order it. It wasn't 400 pieces. Oh. Well, back at the, I do need to measure this thing though, and figure out what the diameter it is, so that way I can figure out exactly what tape I do need. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to take this plug in. Take this plug inside, I'll measure it, and then we'll figure it out from there. Alright, so next, I guess we'll get the X-Maxx body and the sledge, and then we're going to try our hand at shoe goo and drywall tape. Well, that was interesting. I just turned this camera on, hit it, it beep, beep, beep. The screen was on, but it was not recording. So there's an issue with this Hero 7. And I don't know, I'm going to have to look to see if there's not a warranty. Because my other one was acting up. I sent it in and had it warranted, and then I didn't do anything with it because I got the Hero 11. So this thing's been sitting a while, just kind of like in reserve. Damn. Well, so that answers that. I know I'm not losing my mind. But check this out. It was funny, actually, when the other day on Amazon, it told me that the price had dropped. When I got this, it was like $7, 7 something, and it went down to like $4.95. Woo! But I kind of ran out. I ran short. So to me, the sledge is done. I don't think there's anything else I need to do here. Just maybe some final like little trimming. Now the X-Maxx. Good. Wow, this thing just... One thing, I guess I've heard people say it adds some weight, but they really don't say like how heavy. This added a lot of weight. I mean, if you look, like a tube of shoe goo is 3.7 ounces. So the shoe goo doesn't last very long. You can see I got this and the sledge done. It adds a lot of weight, and then 3, most importantly, is the smell. Wow. So thankfully it was out here in the shed. So I opened the window and I opened the door, and it still took about 2 days before that smell to go away. But so I got this done on the X-Maxx. I still want to put some here on the back, some more right here. It looks like I'm having some pinch points right here. So what I'm gonna put some tape here, and then maybe some right here on the sides, and I think that should be good. I don't want to make this body shell too heavy. That's already bad enough. It's going to be more biased towards, well, I guess I'm going to add some here to the front, so it should help. But like I said, I am going to do a little bit more. Do this kind of back bumper area. Just do a little strip here to kind of match what I got going on here, and then do some of this. But yeah, so not terribly bad. I think the brush did pretty good here. The shoe goo just came right off of it. It does seem to get clogged up a bit with the glue, so but I still like the way the this brush worked for putting in, especially when you get these corners here and you can dab it, and then using like this piece here, I was able to go ahead and just really like push in and get some of that stuff in there. So all in all, not a bad process at all. said it does stink to high heck. I would not recommend you trying this in your house at all. Let's see. I just want to try one thing here. Use this thing here. See if about poking. Oh yeah, so that should just. I was just curious. I was like, how am I going to get these holes cleaned out? I figure at worst case, I can just take the razor blade and cut that through. But that should be okay. Curious about that. And you know, once you start, you can't stop. You just got to keep messing with it. But I'm not going to bore you with the rest of it. I'm just going to go ahead and sit back. Get the rest of this done. Like I said, maybe I'm a day late and $1 short. Honestly, when I saw people do this, I kind of thought it was just like in their heads maybe that they thought that this would help. I just didn't see how it could. But now that, you know, you can feel it, feels pretty stiff. It's not going to stop the flexing though. So I don't know, like here, you know, it definitely adds something to the material. I'm not sure, like right here it's but all I can do is try, because this body is starting to get to the point to where it's flexed so many times. Like right there it's cracked, it's split there, it's split open there, it's split here, like it's split open right here, which now you could just see the shoe goo mesh through that hole. There's a crack there, you can see some shoe goo. So maybe this will buy me some time with this body. So I think it's worth, you know, if the shoe goo's $5 and drywall tape's fairly cheap, the body's like $100. I guess, you know, why not? I would definitely have learned my lesson. So when it does come time for me to get a new body, I will be doing the body in shoe goo. So yeah, so oh yeah, this should be easy to. We'll just cut that out with like the razor blade. I think that shouldn't be a problem. I made sure not to glue over the opening area right there, so that's not a problem at all. Even right there, I did get a little glue spilled onto the mesh, but it ain't nothing for the razor blade to cut through. And yes, get that? See, just like that. I'm not sure if you guys noticed in the video, I did have to remove the bracket that goes here to get that thing out of the way. Get the so time will tell if the shoe goo repair is going to work. I got enough of it in stock now that I could do probably a couple bodies. Now I know why people were looking at like caulking tubes of other types of materials to do this, because shoe goo does go pretty quick. It also dries fairly quick, so if you're gonna do this, don't put a lot. Like I made a mistake the first time on the sledge. I went ahead and just I laid the shoe goo like a bead all the way down, and by the time I got halfway through, it was already starting to gel up. So it was getting difficult to start pushing it in. So look at the size difference between the bodies. Like the sledge just fits so neatly inside the X-Maxx. It just gets swallowed in there. So alright everyone, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video there. Like I said, no point me doing, I mean, he already kind of showed you the process, so no point in me continuing on. Finishing up, it's just going to look the same, just a little bit more. So I'm going to kick on the AC, finish this up. I appreciate the support. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one.
You're gonna write down. What?
Camera where?
Right there.
Because that's where I sat it.
What is this shit?
That's his toy.
Why?
Because that's how they designed it.
Stop videotaping me. You crap.
Stop asking a million questions.
Seriously?
Yeah. You and your grubby shirt. That'll teach you to come in here and start shit.
I'll be back. When the camera is down.
So if you're wondering what that was about, Vector, Cosmo, just little toy robots. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.